Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. So today we are going to do some creative writing. In this video, we will be writing a nice story using this magnificent image. So watch until the end of the video to have a lot of fun. So first of all, we should know what creative writing is. Creative writing is when you create your own adventure through stories, poems, or even plays. It's like making your own world with your own characters and you deciding what's happening in it. So, before we describe this image and write a story using it, we'll first check out what we could do to write a good, amazing, brilliant, creative writing story. Number one, use powerful verbs. Powerful verbs can help the reader imagine the scene. It can help him to feel like he's in the story, and it can help to make the story a very good one and they will love it. 2. Use amazing adjectives. Adjectives describe everything. So, without saying the cap, if you say a red cap, the reader will know what color the cap is and he can imagine and explore the story better. Describe the five senses. If you describe the five senses in your story, it will be amazing. This is because the reader will also feel the five senses because he can imagine it. When you keep writing stories and reading them, you will start realizing what I mean. So, describing the five senses is very, very important. So, before writing any story, we should create a map. A map is not just a map like the world map, it's a plan. A plan. A plan is used when you're creating a house also. Without a plan, you can't do anything. So, a good plan is the most important thing in a good story. Now, let's get to work with that image. So, now let's start writing our map. First, we can start off by describing our creature. So, we'll first tell about the physical appearance. So, it has shining silver scales. Also, as you can see, it's a mix of a dragon and a unicorn. It looks like an ultra rare mythical creature. So, we can make our own fancy name for this creature. That's what we call creativity. So, dragon plus unicorn. We can call it a dragon, our own fancy name. And it has a glowing blue eye, silver wings, horns. There's a typo there. And now let's describe the place it lives. It lives in magical caves. We should make this sound a very mythical, magical, and amazing. In magical caves, in huge cliffs. Okay, now we should go to the most important part, the superpowers. So, I got a really amazing superpower for this creature. So, let me write it down. It can shoot lightning from its eyes at its enemies. That makes it an amazing and strong creature. So, a brilliant map, a brilliant start for the map. By the way, we've got to write the plot and what's happening in the story in the rest of the map. Okay, now let's uh, now we are going to continue the web with writing the plot or what's going to happen in the story. Now we have a brilliant description of this creature. Let's start planning the story. Okay, so let me think of one. Okay, so the Dracon has a lot of friends, phoenixes. So if you don't know what a phoenix is, I will upload a link to the description down below so that you can go through that and see images of phoenixes. Okay, so phoenixes are typically large mythical birds who are associated or created by fire. So now let's continue with the plot. Phoenixes. So they lived in peace for a long time. For a long time. Okay. And now let's add the twist. Twist is where something bad happens in the story. Something bad or something very good. It's like the intense point of the story where everything changes. Okay, the twist. So one day, Storm, an evil dragon, attacks the attacks the attacks the kingdom. Okay, so now what happens? It's getting really, really exciting and scary now. So the dragon is massive and very powerful. It starts capture capturing uh, Dracon's friends. Oh, now what will Dracon do? Dracon goes to the cave. So Dracon basically goes to the place where his friends are kept or imprisoned by Stormer. So Stormer is sees Dracon and gets furious. So furious is means really really angry. So now what will happen if a very evil bad person gets very angry? It's it usually means that something very bad is happening. Okay, now let's see. So Dracon is very brave. A huge battle happens and Dracon gets injured but manages to kill his enemy by using lightning. He saves his friends in the end. So that's a really exciting and happy ending. A good story. Now let's put this plan into action. Let's start writing it. So now let's start writing the story. We can first start by describing the place where Raccoon lives. Actually, you can give a name. Let's say Silver Cliffs. Okay, that matches with the lightning and everything and the color of Dragon. Okay. In a far away magical island, there stood the silver. I should put the S in capital because it's a name. Cliffs. In the silver cliffs, there were billions of magical caves, which were home to fiery phoenixes. So we are describing the place very well, telling who lives, which animals live there, and how what it looks like. Fiery phoenixes is an adjective, a nice one, because phoenixes are going closely with fire. A creature, some creatures that go closely with fire and different magical creatures. Okay, that looks good. So we should describe Dracon's place as a powerful and majestical place. Majestical means very powerful and like a king or a queen, very royal. See, in the largest of these caves. So Dracon lives in the largest cave. That means it's very big and powerful. There should be a comma there. Lived the Dracon. So if we are writing a story, if we start it with past tense, we should keep writing it in past tense till the end. We can't switch to present tense, future tense, and so on. So if it's lived here, let's say we Dracon flew later on in the story, flies. So we can't write flies or will fly. We should write flew. Now we are describing Dracon. It had the body of a dragon and a unicorn. Yeah. So it had glowing silver scales. We should add that. With glowing silver scales and wings too, right? Wings, and it had a horn. Yeah, a ginormous horn. It was an ultra rare creature of the world of magic. Let's change this to in, otherwise it looks a bit ugly to have two offs in the same series. Yeah, that's a nice magical introduction to our story. So now we are writing a short paragraph to give suspense. Suspense means a sense of fear that something bad is going to happen. A sense of fear, like horror, that's what you call suspense. So we are giving the suspense early on in the story to show that something bad is going to happen. For many years, the amazing animals lived in peace. But one day, this builds up suspense with this ellipses. Ellipses build suspense telling that there's something to be continued and doesn't give the information straight away but makes the reader curious. Okay. So now let's describe Storm. From the far end of the world and evil. Evil means very nasty, enormous, and deadly. Dragon called Storm attacked Silver Cliff. We should put this in capital. Sorry, Silver Cliffs to capture what? To capture the inhabitants. Inhabitants are people or animals who live in a place. Like if someone says we are inhabitants of Colombo, that means we live in Colombo. Inhabitants. It had an army of thousands of dragons. That makes Stormer look very powerful and dangerous, waiting to devour the kingdom. Devour means like eat up, gobble up. So if the dragon devours the kingdom, that means that doesn't mean he ate the kingdom, but that shows a sense that he's capturing the kingdom. It gives us a sense, not shows a sense, it gives us a sense that it's capturing the kingdom. Okay. With a row, we are describing the sound there. Storm. Let's give a powerful verb here. Crashed into the caves. So it suddenly crashes or flies fast into the caves where the phoenixes and other friends of Raccoon lives, setting them no setting them on fire. So Storm attacked the caves and now they are on fire because the dragons can breathe fire and a massive destruction. Phoenixes were captured and locked. Oh my bad. I should go here. Up in a stormy cave. Deep inside. Deep inside what? Deep inside the mountains. That gives a very scary twist to the story. Okay, now what will Dracon do? Dracon saw what was happening and flew like lightning. That means Dracon flew very, very fast to the place to save the day. It found out that it found out the place, we can say, place where its friends were locked were locked up. Now will Dracon save the day? So now Storm sees. No, my bad. We can't try. As I told before, we can't write in present tense, so we can't jumble up. My bad. Storm saw Dracon, and now Storm is really, really angry. Growled in fury. So growling is a very powerful verb. It roars or yells at Dracon. I will finish you. Okay, giving speech is always describing the scene very well. Always try to give some speech in your stories. Stormer yelled and would use shot fire. That's more powerful. Shot fire at Dracon. Now it's getting really, real scary. Our hero. Without always saying Dracon, we can use phrases like our hero because otherwise it's getting boring. Our hero blocked blocked it with its lightning, right? It's lightning. Its blue eyes glowed. So Dracon blue eyes are glowing because lightning is coming out. Lightning burst out. Burst out means come out very fast. Now what happens to Storm? Stormer Stormer dies, right? Stormer was hit. It fell down motionless. So motionless means it's dead. It's a better way to say dead. More than saying dead, Stormer died. More than saying Stormer died. It fell down. Motionless is a nicer way to attract the audience. Otherwise, it will be boring. Dracon had won. Okay, now it's a really happy ending. Silver cliffs. Now let's make the ending uh, uh, a very happy ending by telling that how that they celebrated because for the victory became a happy place. No war, no storm. Everybody, everybody what celebrated the victory and thanked Draco. Okay, the end. That's a really nice story, an amazing one. Well done, everyone. We wrote an amazing story. So I forgot to tell you, I added a really cool heading here, a title, Lightning in the Sky, the Tale of Dragon. Okay. So today's story writing is over. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share to watch more of our videos. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.